Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the Shulbal Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
Dumelang apsheni ralocha sanwanani mulweni. My name is Naledi Mfoloe, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our communities. Newly released a video of Tyrone McAlpin's arrest showed officers violently confronting the deaf man who was unable to hear the officers' commands. Now, 34-year-old Tyrone found himself in a situation after being falsely accused of assault at a convenience store. Now, body camera footage reveals shocking scenes where Tyrone was actually punched and tased and placed in a chokehold by police officers. Now, despite the violence directed at him, Tyrone was merely attempting to protect himself, struggling to actually comprehend the commands given by the police officers due to his hearing impairment. Let's have a look.
Hey, buddy, stop where you're at.
Just seconds after making contact.
Have a seat.
Phoenix police officers scuffling with, then forcing Tyrone McAlpin to the ground.
Taser.
McAlpin, who is deaf and has cerebral palsy, appearing confused.
Get your hands behind your back.
As officers shout commands in this body cam footage from August 19th, provided by his attorney. Officers repeatedly punching McAlpin's head, then tasering him 4 separate times. The officers, Benjamin Harris and Kyle Sue, were responding to a call of an altercation at the Circle K convenience store, according to police reports provided by McAlpin's attorney. The caller reportedly indicated the aggressor was a white male who refused to leave the store. And when officers questioned that man on scene, they say he accused McAlpin of trying to steal his bike and punching him.
You're saying that's the guy that assaulted
right there. With the back of the on.
In response, officers rushed to detain McAlpin, but his lawyer tells NBC News both policemen failed to use due diligence.
At no point do you believe that proper police protocol was followed here?
That's correct. The reason for the contact with Tyrone McAlpin is supposed to be just to investigate what happened at the Circle K. What Officer Harris does instead is he doesn't activate his lights. He leaps out of the car, and when you watch his body camera, you see his hands going forward, outstretched, grabbing Tyrone. All he had to do was step out of the vehicle and give Tyrone a chance to respond to him.
Now, Tyrone's case highlights a terrifying reality, which is when individuals with disabilities encounter law enforcement, the potential for violence and misunderstanding escalates, often with devastating consequences. Now, after facing aggravated assault and resisting arrest charges, which resulted in a staggering 24 days of incarceration due to him not being able to afford the bail amount, the charges were dismissed following significant community outrage. And the dismissal of charges is a step in the right direction, right? But I believe it raises essential questions about the initial actions of the police. I think that the dropping of charges is more about protecting the city from civil liability than it is about justice for Tyrone, if we're being honest. And the sentiment echoes a broader frustration. Like, how often are marginalized individuals subjected to measures to shield institutions from accountability? And in South Africa, right, we face similar challenges where systemic injustice often go unchecked. And the urgency to reform policing practices and foster greater empathy towards individuals with disability cannot be overlooked. I mean, it is imperative that we advocate for policies that actually ensure justice and proper training for law enforcement. And as we reflect on Tyrone's ordeal, we must urge for systemic maintenance in how law enforcement interacts with disabled individuals. The dismissal of charges against Tyrone is a small victory, but it should actually ignite larger conversation about justice and systemic reform. And as we seek to create a world where everyone, regardless of ability, can live free from fear and violence, let us amplify the voices of those who have been silenced. Now, with that being said, We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts in regards to this case? Let's engage in the comment section, and while you're at it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me. Till we meet again, it is goodbye for now.